Okay. Hello, everyone. Ah, gosh almighty. Let me try this again. If in any way, okay, you're trying to attack me through a screen, okay, then you should already know. Really? Then there's something wrong in your head, okay? It's not going to work. So let's clear up a couple of things. Now, true father and true mother, born without sin. Let me think. Well, Jesus was born without sin. I absolutely no problem with that. And sadly, Matthew, in the New Testament, Matthew chapter 1, at the end of Matthew chapter 1, it clearly states the lineage on how God had prepared that. And at the end it says, Joseph is the last one, Joseph, the husband of Mary. Okay, all right. You guys go and look it up. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. But in the divine principle, for example, it says, well, Zacharias was, okay, really? God would work like that. Well, then true father would have, okay, here is the thing. I'm not going to persecute or judge anyone that, including true father, who is really trying hard to figure out, okay, humanity needs to get back on the right track. What does that mean? Number one, stop the abuse of human beings. Okay, well, that's at the end of the list. Stop abusing the principles of creation. Oh, okay, all right. Well, what comes first? The chicken or the egg? All right. Well, anyway, as some people figured out, it's the rooster. Oh, is it really? Well, okay, well, that could be disputed and argued over as well. Well, no, if one understands the principle, then you do know that masculinity comes first. It's the subject to anything else. All right. Yeah, but it is just a subject, however, which way they want it to be. There are laws and commands that God has given us, and Jesus has given us in the New Testament, that have to be obeyed. And then people suddenly start talking about obeying this and obeying that. I'm going, no. You just go back to the 10 Commandments and try and obey those 10 rules. If you can drive a car, which there are 10,000, 18,000 rules to drive a car, well, there's a lot of cars I'm hearing right now, so that's not a problem. But 10 rules, 10 fundamental human rules for human life to be proper. That's not possible. So don't give me that. Yeah, I understand perfectly that as a woman, I'm the object. And that as a man, that is the subject. But that doesn't give the subject the right to abuse the rest of everything. God Almighty, seriously? Anyway, true father didn't need to be born without sin. Oh, but he said a lot of things, okay? He said a lot of things, and some things weren't right. Oh, so now I don't believe in true father. Well, look at it any way you want to. I'm not an idiot. I think for myself. I'm an individual. I'm an individual who has dedicated her life to the restoration path of humanity. I did get blessed, yes, and divorced. That doesn't mean that my blessing doesn't still stand. You guys don't get to persecute and judge that. It is going to be my life that is going to be represented before God, before Jesus, before true parents, and then they won't even do that. They won't do that. They won't judge my life. I'm going to be the one who's going to say, yep, well, yep, yes. And then I'll have certain realms available to me when I pass into spirit world. You guys don't get to do that. You're not the judge of me. None of you. And I am not the judge of true father. So what? So I'm not allowed to recognize some of the things that say, well, okay, well, that was part of the restoration. I get it, you know. Now, who's worshiping whom? As I said, I don't worship anyone. Anyway, so Jesus has already walked that path for true father. It didn't matter if true father was born with sin or without sin. Once he took on the job, he inherited the merit of Jesus. Oh, what about true mother? True mother had to be born without sin. That's the progression of the restoration when it comes to man and woman. That's so difficult for people to understand out there. I'm not getting it. I really am not getting it. Why you guys are so stubborn. I have an ass at home, okay? A donkey. Injured my elbow. He was that stubborn. He did not want to, until I figured out that spraying him a little bit of water on the butt gets him to do whatever I want him to. Right? Non-invasive, non-violent, didn't have to, and as I said, fall to the ground, him stomping all over me, and I injured my elbow. Pretty bad. It's the same with goats, by the way. Right? Goats are very difficult to manage. I've had goats for many, many, many years, including a huge billy goat. Everybody was scared of. I knew how to handle him. As I said, all I needed, that spray bottle. I got to the point I didn't even need to spray anybody. They saw that bottle and they're going, okay, well, we better do what she wants us to do. That was that. Non-violent, non-invasive, non-this, non-that. Teamwork. But I was the master over the principles of creation. Yeah. Most people, they're just not willing to figure out or to say, okay, I know God created us in a non-violent way. To everything, there is a non-violent way to deal with. Okay? I'll give you another example. My little granddaughter, she's 3. She still has to take a nap. She needs to take a nap. Otherwise, the world just falls apart around her. She doesn't want to take a nap. And she'll start to this and that, and you know, and I can see how people would get to the point where they just, right? But that's not how it works either. You find the place in a child's, okay, where is she at right now? How do I get her to move away from that? And then peacefully go and take a nap. Right? It's possible. It's absolutely possible if you suppress that nature of yours that wants to be the dominant one, the one in control. It takes a lot of teamwork with children, a lot of it, if you don't want to damage them for life. Anyway, so yeah, eventually she just, okay, she was good, this, that, and it didn't take a harsh word. It didn't need no yelling. It didn't need anything except for me to just, all right, let's go with. Right? And the thing is, when you have children, you need a lot of time. You have the time to raise children, to be with children, to take care of children. Oh. So, yeah, true mother, absolutely. Her lineage was prepared as was Jesus, and she was born without sin. How else otherwise than having received the blessing from the first couple on earth, that both, at the time of their marriage, didn't have the original sin anymore. How then else could they give the blessing and create the progression of the change of lineage back to God? You explain that to me. See? But in the way that you want to explain it again is, okay, I'm sorry, eh? And then I have children who are born without sin. That makes them perfect. Yes, it actually does. My children are perfect. My children are absolutely perfect in every way. And I can say that with 100% truthful heart. No, you don't know my children. I do. So you're going to have to take my word for it. As you have to take the word of True Mother. When she says something, that is how it is. And True Mother, again, has that kind of heart where, well, you get to accept it or you don't. You get to run away or you get to stay and be a part of the rest of the restoration path that true parents are walking on earth at this time. That's up to you. Yeah. Anyway, had to say that. Look, you can't, as I said, try to attack me through the screen or in any way. Oh, I'm so sorry for your pain. You should be sorry for the pain you're causing out there. And you should know what that is. So don't come back with some sarcastic, meaningless comment. I'm not a victim. I'm a victor. In every aspect of life. And I'm going to continue teaching and preaching and guiding in many, many different areas, not just in this group, as I'm doing right now, until the end of my days on earth. Now, you like that or you don't like that? Well, whatever. True Mother is needed at this time. Very, very much. They're all happy with all the foundations that True Father put out there. Very, very many of them made with True Mother. And now, where True Mother has to finish up making her own foundations, spiritual foundations out there, for the safety of the children and women in this world, against the abuse, sexual abuse especially, of men, you're unhappy. You're unhappy and you want your king with his bullets and his AR-15 and his motorcycle and his off-road vehicle and I don't know what in place. I'm proud of True Mother. Besides, don't ever say that they were thrown out. Don't ever say that again. They left. They left. They ran away. To have a better life somewhere. A more selfish life somewhere. I remember on how members from early in the church, on how they were taught to be humble and very selfless. They even had these signs on their doors. And they were living in centers and stuff, to be selfless. Right? And so you really think that, okay, they know how much of a part they were in all of this stuff. You guys really think? Well, anyway, I had to say that. Again, I pray every day, have it in my heart to mind every day, that Hyungjanim, Kukjanim, and their families stay safe. Stay safe for a safe return to where they need to be. So, and that is that. You see, you don't get to tell me anything, but I get to tell you plenty. God's love and blessings always. I will talk to y'all another time.